They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to the home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania. As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the Florida International Panthers, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. FIU will kick it off to get things underway. Fielded in the end zone, it's Ivy. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So Penn State's offense will have the football first. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box. They can take it outside. They can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
Complete to the left. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. Offense at an empty set. To the air, it's Allard. That's caught, it's Pena. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of space to get some positive yards.
Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the first down.
And they have got a weapon in this offense right there at running back. This dude is tremendous. And you think about Franco Harris, you think about Kajana Carter, Curtis Enos, Saquon Barkley, time and time again, Penn State running backs are wearing defenses down. This guy is a problem, and this defense better find a way to slow him down.
Man, defense is about getting off the football. And when that defensive line can be disruptive and get in the backfield right away and mess up those pullers actions on those counter plays, it can be really advantageous for the defense. Great job by the defense being hyperactive.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel. But in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
A defense trying to get a stop on third down from the 44. They're going to run it to the right. There was nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. A loss of 5 on that play. The Nittany Lions line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So the FIU Panthers offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, Dave.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it's going to be hard to stop.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Now the play fake. Shoots it to the left. Complete on the comeback. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. The Panthers are on the move. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Panthers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Takes the handoff. It's Owens. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, I think the defense is expecting here on third down that this running back's going to get it again. He got it on first, had a nice carry, got it on second. Now he set him up in third and short. You've got to be physical here and make sure this guy goes backwards.
I thought white noise was supposed to be relaxing. This is deafening on third down. Off play action. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's cut.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
Makes a grab past the marker. Lots of running, and he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers.
And what a great play call there on fourth down. You know, they script and practice these all throughout the week. You've got to be able to call something that you know you can run in your sleep. Beautiful execution on that fourth down play for a touchdown.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They put together an 81-yard drive, and the points come on a pass from 39 yards out. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield, it's Allard. They've got the screen set up. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. The Nittany Lions have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Fires to the right. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
Looked to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just... And
the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back games. This guy's notched a sack. Starting to be a problem. A guy that's diagnosing passes, rushing the passer really, really well. This defense could use this guy's production consistently.
The Nittany Lions will punt this one away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. FIU gets it back and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with his 7-0 lead. Off the play fake on first down. Can't hang on, is incomplete. I think he was bracing for the hit and didn't hang on to the football.
Well, he did a good job getting to the middle of the field. That's where the offense wanted to attack on that play. He's just got to do a better job looking that football in.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. The give out of the gun. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. They tried to run the counter, but absolutely nothing doing.
And those counter plays take a little longer to develop sometimes. You're usually pulling 1 or 2 guys, and that penetration in the backfield can kill you, can get to the running back before.
No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35. FIU will line up the punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Punt is on its way. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
Now, you got to read it quick, right? And he makes a quick decision, gets that thing out of his hand, but make sure your feet are set, and you still got to be accurate, even though you're trying to get rid of that ball so fast.
Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. We've reached the break. It's FIU with the lead, and we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Looking to pass. It's Allard. Unloads to the wideout. He put it out there for him, and this senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. The Nittany Lions will bring the punt team onto the field. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. The Florida International offense is back on the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
Well, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a huge play. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Back to pass. Here's the pressure. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way. They put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
The offense changing the play. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep.
And this 3rd and this long, a lot of times you sit back and play soft coverage. No, sir. I'm bringing the blitz. You can tell they fooled the offense. The defense gets home with the blitz, gets the big sack.
He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Looks it in at the 40. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Hand off from the shotgun. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you could turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Leaves it with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. And the Nittany Lions are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. The kicker will try to punch one through from 41. They got it. It's blocked. And they got it.
And how about the speed by that defender coming off the edge to block that field goal? Wow.
Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Dropping back, it's Jenkins. Got his man. Good pick up there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. And this guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They'll leave it with him. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. It's complete. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
FIU set up with another 1st down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, it's Jenkins. A shot toward the end zone, and that one's going to be incomplete. He was throwing for the touchdown, but just couldn't get the foot down inbounds.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the 1st down? New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Looking to get it in. Touchdown, Florida International. They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. James Madison may not be leaving town with a blowout victory, but they'll take a dub away from Harrisonburg every time. The Dukes have been racking up road wins since the Mickey Matthews days, and they got another one today. All that speculation all week, and now we know. Something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Knocked down behind the line. Boy, he powered through one tackler, but there were more there to greet him. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. It's Allen. Finds his man. It's Allen. He'll go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and deep in your own end, you need plays like that. Offense has it at the 28 on 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Quickly to the tight end. Ball down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Just a little off. Incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
And with that incompletion, man, this crowd, I don't know that they are really happy about what's going on. I mean, they already built a deficit, and they don't have a lot to cheer about. They got to get some kind of rhythm, something going on this offense to ignite this fan base.
The screen, and watch out. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Oh, better look out! Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
1st down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
The Nittany Lions with the 1st and 10. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State.
That is exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this 2nd half.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. From the gun, running back gets to give. He breaks a tackle.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. To the air, it's Jenkins. Safe completion on the screen. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, one of the best environments in the game, and Happy Valley has given us a fun first half. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Beaver Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. The Nittany Lions will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Florida International offense is back on the field. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
Looking for space. It's Owens. They get him down, but it's past the sticks, and it's a first down for FIU.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
To the air on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Or will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking for a man. It's Jenkins. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. The decibel meter's about to explode. One of the great environments. Wide out level noise. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. FIU will line up to punt. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Punt is on its way. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. Leaves it with the back. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Gets it to him on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. The Nittany Lions will punt it away on fourth down. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Makes the grab. It's Payne. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
To the air. It's Jenkins. Catch in the middle. It's Stone. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
FIU comes out with a fresh set of downs. Now they'll try the right side.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
FIU mounting a threat in the red zone. Give to the back. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll run play action. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Wants to throw. It's Jenkins. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, FIU. A great catch and run for 6.
Man, this defense has their hands full. They're dealing with a quarterback that is pinpoint accurate, making good decisions, and they're dealing with a wide receiving group that has a lot of speed and some burners on the perimeter. They might want to think about playing some more zone coverage moving forward. That's now 3 passing TDs they've allowed.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Kansas State was able to squeak one out in front of those home fans in the Little Apple. In fact, I think in the end, the difference may have been those K-State fans who will enjoy this win. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. He'll He'll start this drive firing. Blasted as he lets it go. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. Drew Aller feels as if he has unfinished business at Penn State. Tyler Warren is gone, but Aller still with a plethora of weapons at his disposal, and maybe, David, giving him a path to redemption in the college football playoff.
Yeah, and when we saw him finish, it wasn't the best, right? He made the...
Turning it on! The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On the ground, it's Allen. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and FIU is on top. They've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. So the final period starts with a second down play. Looking to throw, it's Aller. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
In the gun and looking to throw on third down. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 35-yard pass for 6. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
These old girders are rocking on third down here at Beaver Stadium. Dropping back, it's Jenkins. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Breaks into the open. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. The Panthers have it with a 1st and 10. Quick pass on the jet motion. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Quickly complete. No chance to run, but still a good game.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with the lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
Third down. Red zone play. Crowd alive. He wants to throw it again. Grab near the marker. It's Payne. He gives him a fresh set of downs, and this one will be first and goal from the 6. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Panthers are moving quickly down the field. With the run on first and goal. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's second and goal from the 5. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on third down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing, especially at the quarterback position.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play uptight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
Looking to throw on third and goal. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover.
Man, we needed that so bad. We needed the football. Had to get a stop, forcing a turnover. Best case scenario, offense back on the field, trailing in the fourth quarter. Time to go win it.
State sends the offense back onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
So now it's second and long. Gets the back moving. The option look. Now the toss. Picks up the first down. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection. This offense tries to get rolling from its own 15 on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Caught over the middle, it's Pena. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They've pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. Back to pass, it's Allard. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. The Nittany Lions will snap it on 1st and 10. Here we go. Looking downfield on first down. And he can't find anyone open, and down fourth.
And how about the answer from this defense? You give up a huge play. What do? Bounce right back, rush the quarterback, put pressure on him, and get the enormous sack.
And the Nittany Lions now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. And they're going to lose yardage there. The defense completely owning the front. And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. Pocket breaking down. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. The Florida International offense is back on the field.
Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive, Reese. Productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage, you're probably getting blitzed, it's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.